Dark Matter is one of a slew of multiverse stories of recent times, and it compares with its contemporaries in some very interesting ways. Apple TV Plus made changes to Blake Crouch's Dark Matter novel to create the show, with the 2016 book actually predating the current multiverse boom. The psytrope is one that's been used for decades, but various projects are always finding new ways to put a fresh spin on the subgenre. Dark Matter's approach to the multiverse borrows from other live-action properties, but it also injects new life into the plot device. Led by Joel Edgerton as Jason Dessen, many members of the Dark Matter cast are tasked with portraying multiple versions of the same character. Dark Matter Season 1's ending brings the Dessen family story to a soft ending, but the nature of a multiverse saga means the show's narrative isn't necessarily over. This is something that's been seen over and over again in similar shows within the genre, but it's a point of repetition that never really seems to get old. How Dark Matter's multiverse compares to the MCU and DCU. Comic book movies often use this sci-fi trope. Both major comic book movie franchises have now brought their multiverse arcs from their respective source materials to the big and small screen. Travel between multiple realities can be done in one of two main ways. The first is against the will of the characters, or at least begrudgingly. The other is for the figures in the story to knowingly explore, intentionally delving into all the different worlds at their fingertips. The MCU and the DCU both largely fit into the former category, as does Dark Matter. Dark Matter obviously isn't a direct comparison to comic book movies, as it diverges from certain multiverse trends established in superhero films. For instance, the audience watches Dark Matter with a sense of dread and tension, with Jason Dessen facing the ever-growing possibility that he may never find his way back to his own reality. Some of the universes he visits are also only very slightly different from his own, which would be too boring for the glitz and glamour of a comic book movie. In addition, on-screen superheroes like Doctor Strange or The Flash tend to have a greater command of which universes they visit, which is something not boasted by Edgerton's Dark Matter character. He may have all the necessary technology to achieve the task, but Dark Matter's story is very much about the journey through the multiverse itself as Jason reassesses how happy he was in his original world. Comic book multiverse stories just tend to use excitingly different realities to engage the viewer. What Dark Matter's multiverse borrows from other TV shows and movies. Apple TV Plus' show is also inspired by other sci-fi properties. It may be an animated show with a vastly different tone to Dark Matter, but it's tricky not to spot similarities with Rick and Morty. Primarily, it's the fact that Rich Sanchez isn't living in his original universe but acts like he's always been there. Jason 2's attempts to blend in with the Dessens in Dark Matter are rather reflective of this particular facet of Rick and Morty, plus the fact that both protagonists are brilliant scientists.